Hi, this is Guideauxpelagos and welcome to my channel.
Hello everyone, the specs of the Zenith Primero Chronomaster Moonphase caliber 410. Now this watch is from around 2001. It's a 38 millimeter. I think the movement itself is somewhere around 36 millimeters. The dial, including crown and everything, it's about 40 millimeters wide. It's a high beat, 36,000 beats ticks an hour. El Primero movement. Now the El Primero is famous for being actually the second, but people consider it the first real automatic chronograph movement. Now this caliber 410 has more than 350 parts because it has the day, the month, the date, the chronograph. It's got a moon phase, and and this is the second hand. Now the chronograph has a 30 minutes subdial with a hour subdial on the moon phase, so it can actually record up to 12 hours of time. Now this particular model has a open display case, so you can actually see the beautiful movement in there. I think they did a very good job in giving it a display case, because really it's a treat to look at this watch. And the caliber 410 is the one step lower in the range of the calibers 4000 by Zenith. Now the 4000 calibers are supposedly haute horology, which means if you send it in for a service, they'll give you an estimate. If you send this in for a service, a 400 series, you will know the price up front. And with Zenith, I think it's like 650 euros to get this completely cleaned and overhauled. Maybe not with the new parts, that might all be additional. I got a cheaper watchmaker in my country that I could do it with, and he actually did a perfect job. The watch is a chronometer. That's more or less rare for a Zenith. They don't normally bother with get the certifications, but here they did with this model. And I put this one on a green professional leather Hirsch strap. Now we'll get into the Hirsch strap a little bit later. I used to love them, but I've had some experiences with them that I'm not really too happy about. So yeah, quality straps, but it's not the best of the best. I might even try some NATO strapping on this, because it's I think it's a watch that absolutely lends itself for anything. And it's first of all, it's a dress watch, right? It's a cluttered dress watch, but it's got a moon phase. It's a smaller size. Now, the new 410, I'll put a picture up later next to this one. The new 410 is much more, the lugs are wider, and it's a 42 millimeter watch. And actually, they took out the nice 3 steps of the case up to the dial, and there's less case and more dial. And they also put round pushes on there, and honestly, I like the square pushes a lot more. I got the same square pushes on the Citizen. Now, while round pushes for the chronograph might look nicer as a stopwatch, since it's not the first thing I'll ever use in the watch, I would like it to be more, how do you say, watchy instead of stopwatchy. So I don't really enjoy the round pushes. I mean, if it's all in the model, I might like it, but for a small piece like this, I actually love that they're squared. And of course, the latest chronometer, the latest 410s are not chronometer certified. So this is actually very nice. Like I said, high beat watch with 11 complications. Well, if you count a tachymeter, and open display case with a beautiful movement. And I think with the whole Swiss industry going berserk with spare part restrictions and stuff, this is one of the last chances you'll get to buy a quite highly complicated watch for a decent amount of money. I mean, for the price of this, I could have bought a new Speedmaster Professional. And I really like this a lot more. You know, when I was a kid, the Speedmaster Professional was my grail watch. And that was the watch I would have one day. And I still don't have it. And I don't think I'm going to buy it because, you know, now I'm into watches. I see so many other things that really attract my attention much more. So this silver dialed beauty of a watch, I'll just put it on my wrist in a moment. The El Primero movement used in the Daytona, actually, before Rolex started to make their own in-house movements for the Rolex Daytona. So if Rolex says it's okay, then, you know, can't argue with them trying to push out a lot of quality. The only thing they did was downturn the movement from 36,000 to, I think it was 21 or 28K for their Daytona. Well, that's their choice. I love the sweeping hand. Let's just have a look at that. Just see how smoothly that goes. 1/10 of a second. Really, really, really smooth. Great thing, you stop it. Oops. And then da-da-da-da-da-da. It's back to the center spot. Now let's have some wrist shots. Okay, there we are. I must say I really enjoy this watch on the butterfly clasp. It sits much nicer on the wrist and it saves your band. As you can see above the clasp, I have used the buckle. And it just more or less destroys one part of what is further a very nice band. So you'll have to change your bands earlier than necessary than if you use this. And this is even stronger. I never used it before, but I won't get it off because this is actually feels like a bracelet. Yeah, the silver dial I think is wonderful. You see it now in one kind of light, but the same as with my Omega, you really have, the light can play really with the dial. I have put some videos. I'll probably put some different pictures up next to this video to see all the different ways you can have light playing with the silver dial. Now, one thing I really find interesting is that how come that watches always look bigger on screen? Well, it is bigger, but you know, if you put a peg beside a watch, you really can see the difference. It's really big difference in size. So always go to the shop to see the watch in person instead of liking it from the internet and buying it, for example, which I did with this. I don't regret it. I love this watch, but it's many times it's smaller than you would think. And it's actually far more detailed and nicer. And one other thing that I want to know why do watches always look better from an angle? Many watches, you look at your own watches, if you watch it head on, it is not as beautiful as if you look at it from an angle. I don't know why. It's the same with the Tudor. Almost any watch I have, just a slight angle, even like this, it's already nicer than when looking at a bit face front. well, that might be just my quirk. That's about the specs review of the watch. It hasn't got any lume. That's no problem. I got that on the Tudor. And hope this review has been a little bit informative of a very nice Swiss complicated in-house movement, high beat, chronometer. That is absolutely a stunner. Beautiful dress watch. And with all the possibilities of straps and stuff, because of the, not many colors in there, you can really design your own watch, create your own look, style. And this watch will be on my wrist as much as the Tudor. 2 luxury watches, and I don't need a Rolex. I don't need any other luxury watch for that matter, because, the Tudor is the diver beater, and this is the everyday classy watch that I'll take to work or whenever I feel like having to need some nice watch on my wrist. Okay, guys, chatty bye.